This brief insight is on Chaori, a Chinese manufacturer of solar panels. Now, Chaori will be a name that will become famous because it's the first company in recent memory in China to default on its bonds. Okay. Now, default happens when either the interest or, much more worryingly, the principal on a loan isn't paid back to the investor. Now, the sums involved on interest and indeed on principal are not huge, but this is a really big deal for a number of reasons. Now, Chaori had basically run out of cash and it offered to pay investors less than 5% of the coupon that was due as the interest payment. And the implications are really interesting. The Chinese government didn't bail out this company. Now, this shows a number of things. Firstly, that the government believes there's overcapacity in certain sectors within the economy. It's prepared to let certain businesses fail so that it's going to allow that sector, the remaining businesses, to be profitable. If there are too many suppliers within a sector, then none of them can make decent profits. Second huge implication is that investors in Chinese bonds now need to realize that risk is a fundamental of borrowing in this industry. So if you're making a loan to someone, you have to price the risk of default properly. In a way, you can say people that have borrowed in China, companies especially, have benefited from this mispricing of risk, and good companies have effectively subsidized the more risky companies. In the short term, for the stockholders of the company, they're going to suffer because the company will have to sell its assets. Now, longer term, there's an implication for future yields. Here's the benchmark on a 10-year government bond, okay, 4.53. Previously, the spread, which is the extra compensation demanded for lending money to the company, was very small. In some cases, with similar sized companies, it's 0%. Now, this means that the total yield was 5.03, for example. Now, if investors correctly price risk, and they believe that the government won't bail out companies with problems in the future, then the compensation they demand will increase. So the benchmark stays the same, but it's this number which changes. And this big increase here is going to push up total yields on corporate bonds within China.